The cycle of articles over which I work is called War of Civilizations and Fate of the State of Israel. I will continue this theme because for me it is very important. Simply, I am mortally afraid of threat Islamization of the Western world. After end of a meeting with Golda Meir in 1973, Henry Kissinger, the United States State Secretary, has told to President Richard Nixon, even if all Jews of Soviet Union will be driven into the gas chambers, it should not be a problem of the United States. Yes, I know it, Nixon told, and I am not going to invert the world because of it. Nevertheless, after some days, Nixon rejected the offer of Kissinger not to give to Israel the weapon in connection with threat of defeat in the war of the Day of Judgment. Nixon made the independent decision, found a way of delivery of the weapon through Portugal, because nobody gave their aerodromes for refueling, and thus rescued Israel from the defeat. The fact from another source. Kissinger was in Israel where there was pressure on him that he must promote the American delivery of arms to Israel. It was before the Nixon's decision to give this weapon to Israel. Kissinger waved with his hand and told, "Don't press on me. I am first of all the American, secondly I am the State Secretary of the United States, and only in the third turn I am a Jew." In response to that, Golda Meir told, "But we, the Jews, read from right to left. That means that first of all, you are a Jew. Then you are the State Secretary of the United States, and only in the third turn you are the American." I came to the conclusion that everyone, not only the statesmen, but simply each Jew living in the Western world, including Russia, if he is an electoral organ in the government, public organization, it concerns also America, has to act always, first of all, as the Jew. At all, without being afraid that thus he would betray America, France, England or Spain. There are no and cannot be by the Jews the anti-Spanish, anti-Russian, anti-American plans. Without voting for the pro-Israeli resolution, the Jew delegate thinks that thus he is not emphasizing his Jewish origin. But actually he deserves threefold contempt. Everybody perfectly knows that Joe Lieberman is a Jew, but he has never voted for any pro-Israeli resolution. The two Californian lady senators, Jews, Boxer and Feinstein, never vote for Israel. They think that thereby they show to everybody they are real Americans. But everyone perfectly remembers who they are, and here their behavior only shows their unreliability, their duplicity, their cowardice. And in general, here, this servile feature, not to be put out, not to stick out their Jewish essence, and thus not to irritate the authority, is one of the greatest defects of the Jewish morality. It never rescued Jews neither from anti-Semitism nor from pogroms or other abasements, but only humiliated and dissolved their individuality in the representation of associates, that all of them were pitiful slaves and cowards. You see, everything that occurs now with the problem of building of a mosque in the downtown of Manhattan is the improbable shame of the Jewish people. Don't forget that in all those organizations which came to the decision that there it is possible to build a Muslim center with a huge mosque inside, there were not a few of Jews, including the major Jew Michael Bloomberg. They are in the council of the downtown of Manhattan which came to this decision, and in the city council which supported the Bloomberg's decision, and in architectural management which came absolutely to the decision that this building cannot be declared as an architectural value. And the same has been observed in many specific Jewish organizations. There are 63 Jewish organizations in New York City. Only 3 of them have opposed that terrible decision. It was the Simon Wiesenthal Center, it was Anti-Defamation League of Abraham Foxman, and one of Inna Arolovitch's organizations. I would call her an absolute Joan of Arc, both a patriot and a clever person. I was the initiator of the reference to Mayor Bloomberg. Either cancel your decision or immediately retire. With Inna Arolovitch's participation, we collected in total 2,400 signatures. But during gathering of these signatures, we encountered such situation when the collector of signature approaches to the corresponding Russian-speaking Jew or the Jewess and tells, "Familiarize and sign, please." And there were a lot of such answers. I am with all my heart pro. I am ready to kiss each word, but I am afraid to sign. I don't know how my heads will assess it. But it is not your head's business. It is a question of only your own opinion. What does threaten to you? Will you be banished like it was during Stalin's times? You recollect how the well-known Jews Kaverin, Dunayevsky, Ehrenburg did not sign anonymous Stalin's letters. It was threatened them with inevitable destruction. And you, what for a shame to carry by through the whole immigration, through a life in a free society, absolutely Stalin's fear for the heads. Inna Arolovitch arranged literally revolt. On behalf of her organization, she contacted Michael Miller, the most important head of JCRC, the organization which supervises all these businesses in New York. He is the rabbi. Inna asked him, "How could you write that all of us are pro? We are a part of your organization, and nobody asked us." And he answered her, "Ah, Inna, leave your quixotry. Several times one called from Bloomberg. Well, I cannot oppose him. It is a Putin's vertical line on the American land touching a question which is vitally, mortally dangerous. You see, what does it mean, such construction of these mosques, if it will happen? It will be the second act of war of civilizations. The first act of war of Islam against America was September 11, 2001. What and how was it, I should not tell you. I personally remained for the whole my life injured by this event. I am personally injured, and here this sensation that everyone could appear there remained unconscious, and in all of us it caused mass depressions. And by the way, there remain many poisoned patients. And at these conditions, according to instructions of Bloomberg, or in a hint from its office to vote for it given to the Jew who knows what is Islam, what is opposition, besides being the New York inhabitant, it is necessary to lose absolutely the rest of self-esteem. You probably know such name, Leonid Mlechin. He is the known Soviet-Russian historian, the Jew, the Democrat, the author of many books. Some time ago, on radio the Moscow's Echo, he made a broadcast, Separate Opinion. The leader asked him, "You know, Leonid, transition cases to Islam of Christians or atheists have now become frequent. How do you concern it? And what for the phenomenon is it according to your point of view?" And this historian answers, "But you know, Islam is a good religion. Try to understand, the Western civilization appeals to an individual. Here you should, here you cannot. And if it has not turned out by this individual, if he is a loser, if he is unemployed, if he is unfortunate one, then he has nobody to lean, because around him there are only individuals, and everyone thinks on himself." And Islam creates sensation of participation of the person to a certain friendly collective. He can join this collective. He together with it will pray to the same God. He feels support. Understand, there is nothing bad in it. I think it will proceed in the future. Such misunderstanding of an essence of occurring processes one cannot for simply imagine. And you know, the same is told also by the President of Germany, and almost the same tells the President of France, Nicolas Sarkozy. And the statistical forecast claims France becomes the Islamic country in 2049, Germany in 2050. And America, led by such president, probably through handful of years.
Ислам абсолютно несостыкуемая с западной цивилизацией система.
Islam is absolutely incompatible with the Western civilization system of views, behavior and belief.
Иной планетарный мир.
It is similar to another planetary world, absolutely deprived of any elements of democracy and tolerance to associates. Not to understand it and be given to this process can only lemming. Be'er Kahane named lemmings the left Jews. Lemmings are such small animals who, under the influence of their leader, periodically go to the sea and drown themselves. Lemmings commit the mass suicide. Here is what threatens the Western civilization. Personally, me, as the citizen of the United States of America, as the member of the Western civilization, whose elements at all its lacks are democracy and respect for the human being, I am extremely anxious for the fate of the Western civilization, destiny of mankind.